All right. It's Alex St. John, CEO and co-founder of Playcast Inc. It's almost 1 a.m. on Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. And this is the final demo video I'm cutting this evening, and the only one I'm going to share publicly. The reason this is the only one I'm going to share publicly is because I want you to figure out, based on this video, where to find the other videos that show the rest of what this technology is capable of. So this evening, I've been using Open Broadcast Studio to create these things. First time I've actually used Open Broadcast Studio. I've been developing inside it for years now, a couple years now anyway. So I'm very familiar with its guts, but this is the first time I've actually used it to produce anything. Because, you know, I make the technology. I don't actually use the technology for anything. That's boring. So what we're going to show you here is an example of Playcast technology being used in a unique way. So the first thing I want to show you over here is I've got a lot of computers around me here, down in my basement lab. But over here I've got these little tiny ones. See those there? So there's my hand. So these are Beelink computers, and I order them on Amazon. This bottom one here, that's an AMD, I think it's got a Ryzen 8 core, and that's a 5700 GPU. And this is a pretty good little cheap gaming box, about $409, and it plays games pretty good. It's a nice little low-end Playcast box. I've been testing those. This here, just as a contrast, this is a $179 computer, and it's got an Intel chip in it. That's pretty embarrassing. I would not recommend this as a gaming device to anybody. But it's probably okay as a media server. So we're going to show you how to install the Playjector and get it set up on a little $179 box that is really going to be terrible at playing games, but it's going to be okay as a little video server. I'm going to leave it running. So I'm way up here in the woods in northern Washington, and I've got about 32 gigabits a second of upload bandwidth, and this computer is connected to my home network right here. There's the display. And so what we're going to do is we're going to log into, I have created a Windows guest account here on Windows 11. See, it says guest 2. And the reason I've done that, and if you don't know how to create a guest account, you will find it on the Playcast.io website in the documentation about how to set up a Playcast server. But this is set up as a guest account. Why is it set up as a guest account? So that people can't see the personal information, delete the files, install applications, or any of that. Well, you can delete files, but you can't mess up the machine. So this is a nice secure box that I can serve from that's fairly contained. It's something guests can use. So you guys are going to be my guests here. So I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge, a browser we all really know and love. I'm going to go to Playcast.io, Playcast.io. Let's see, IOU, nope, IO, there we go. And the site is coming up, there we are. And let's see, I want to get on the alpha, click. And so there's read the guide. So when you read the guide, it explains how to create guest accounts like I just did. And I'm going to say download now. And there I am downloading the Playcast bundle on this machine up here. Again, the details don't matter. Just showing you what's going on this little tiny Beelink here. So it's running inside a guest mode account. Guest mode accounts mean you can't install anything without permission. And the Playcast server is its own little operating system that installs a whole family of low-level Ring 0 Windows drivers. So in order to install those, open file, I need a admin password. And so I'm going to secretly type in the admin password here. And there we go. And see, and hit yes. There. And now we're installing the Playcast server on this machine in guest mode, or in admin mode, but it's running in a guest account. And so we say next, agree to terms and license conditions. I'm actually still writing those, so pardon us. Finish. And it needs a restart because we just installed drivers. So restart Windows. Okay, start. Click. Restart. All right. So we're turning this little cheapo Beelink into a media server. Give it a second to boot up. There you go. Again, these are really fun, so I'm expecting to order lots of these. The ones in the $400 to $500 range are pretty good little game servers, and I definitely would recommend them as a really inexpensive way to have a neat little gaming rig at home. And they also seem to make excellent playcast servers, but we'll talk about that more in a second. So again, this is my last demo tonight. There's my playcast host. I'm going to open it up. There we go. And there we are running on this desktop. So here is the Playjector host. Here is the application. All the lights are on except one. Start. And right here is the URL. The URL, whoops, there we go, is the URL to this machine. That, again, I said this is a peer-to-peer technology. This goes directly to this little B-link no matter where you are on Earth. And so I'm going to say get link, and I'm going to do something crazy just for fun because I don't care. You can do whatever you think you can do to that machine. It'll be fun to see what happens. I'm going to share this link on the internet. And this is the only one I'm going to share publicly. And if you want to see the other demos I cut this evening, you're going to need to click this link and figure out where they are on this Windows machine here in my house. It's the only place to get it. This video is not on YouTube. It's not going to be on Twitch. It's going to be only on this machine. And so if everybody floods this thing and you can't get in, that's what happened. But otherwise, this should be able to host 6 to 12 connections simultaneously. So if you're the first to find the other demo videos I hit on this machine, you can be the first to share them on the internet with other folks. Because, we're all gamer nerds here, and this is much more fun than just blabbing all over YouTube. So I'm going to upload this file onto that machine, share the link to it on Facebook and on LinkedIn with my friends, and you guys can figure out where the other tutorial videos are. Have fun. Good night. Happy New Year's. No, not New Year's. It's the 4th of July. All right. Good night.